So, hi everyone, my name is Juemian Zhang, so you guys can call me Rebecca. So, today I really would like to explain why play is learning. So, first, I would like to pay my respect and acknowledge to the traditional custodians of the land on which we gather. So, the first part that I'm going to explain why play is learning. So, for me, I think play is the heart of the classroom. So, because when we're talking about play, we're not only just saying, okay, I want my children to play because I want to keep them busy. Because based on Tracy Treasure, it is actually say true learning happens when play has three ingredients. So I have listed here. It includes voluntary, intrinsically motivated, and also meaningful. So it's voluntary. It means that children choose to play, and it is intrinsically motivated. It means that children play because of the joy of discovery, not because that we're going to give them a candy or something after that. And play is also very meaningful to children because it connects to children's real life, because children can pretending to be a teacher or to pretend to order coffee. And also, as the national framework tells us, this is the process of children to organize their world. So children are not just like messing around; they're actually trying to figure out how real life works. And also, I want to introduce play-based learning. So, play-based learning is a pedagogical partnership. So it is said that children organize and understand their social worlds through play-based learning. So as an educator, my role is more like, a deliberate practice. I help to guide those children. I think about, is the classroom setting invites curiosity, all the materials I'm using is authentic. So I'm always observing and trying to create this kind of play-based learning for every child. So you might think, what is the teacher or educator exactly doing while kids are playing? So we actually have theoretical backgrounds for this one. So first, let's look at John Piaget. So John Piaget said children are little scientists. They're not empty vessels. So children don't actually learn by listening to a lecture. Children learn and build their own understanding by touching and doing. And then second is Lev Vygotsky. So he points out that when children play with their friends, they kind of like push each other to reach their next potential. And also, Robinson and Allen in 2018 also has mentioned that environment is the third teacher. So for me, I was like, as an educator or as a parent, we don't actually set up a room for children to play. We're design it. So, for example, if I see children are interested in music, I might create a fake or a natural instrument for them to play. So this is kind of my everyday reflection. So does this kind of room or does this setting help kids to think? So this is allows children to teach themselves kind of like independently learn a lot of things. So, and also, we have different types of play. Including, kind of like 14 types: large motor play, small motor play, rough and tumble play, and etc. So for example, construct play refers to like kids playing with blocks, so it helps them to learn about science and physics in the future. And also for example, socio-dramatic play, for example, you can just like play in different roles, so children trying to get to know about the real world practices. So why play is very important, or what is the significance of play is actually it helps to support our child. So first it's kind of like physical domain, and then cognitive domain, and social emotional domain, and language domain. So for example, we can use large motor play for strength, or small motor play like using clay to ask children to create some things that they like in order to let them think it's ready for writing. And construction exploration play can help children to learn about early math and science. Social and emotional domain, like for example, I can create a kind of like setting like a studio, so children can engage in this kind of social dramatic play. So they can practice empathy, they can wait for their turn, and they can communicate with either teachers or their peers clearly. And also it helps with language and communication domain because children are able to articulate. So because they are able to use much bigger words. When, for example, they're the teachers, they're the policemen, they're the shopkeepers, than they do in some, daily conversation. So for me, these are some like practices I might use in my future teaching. So for example, because I am based in Melbourne, so I think about the laneways in Melbourne, like the graffiti. So I'll probably use canvas, charcoals, and also clay to create an indoor art studio. And also Melbourne is famous for the corner cafe. So I can actually create this kind of corner cafe to ask our children to play as a barista and also other customers. So someone can do artists in the, an indoor art studio and to create some work like they like. So these are the references I have used. So really thank you for partnering with me in the growth of your children, and please feel free to contact me if you have any questions, and thank you for listening. Thank you so much.